It's Nick's Halloween Spooktacular. Okay, so a couple of years ago, there was a half-assed zombie movie with pretty boy Brad Pitt. It sucked. I didn't even see it, and I know it sucked. The best part of the movie was that the Trayvon Martin jury went to go see it right when they were in the middle of the big trial. I mean, you'd think they want something a little less gritty, but if Brad's Pitts float their boat, that's fine by me. I happened to see the book sitting in the school library, propped up next to all the other books that had been turned into movies that year. Ahem. And I knew that it was very different from the film. I said, what the heck, and checked it out. Little did I realize just how different it could be. The book was awesome. I don't really like zombies, but this one really swept me off my feet. It was authored by Max Brooks, son of Mel Brooks. Yes, you heard that right.
Why didn't somebody tell me my ass was so big?
It's a follow-up to his semi-satirical work, The Zombie Survival Guide. I didn't have the time to read it, but I'm told it's not like a novel, but rather a manual on how to kill zombies, how to store food and make caches, and various other survival tips taken from real and authentic sources, mixed in with the undead for the horror crowd. World War Z is a little different. It's a large, sprawling epic, showcasing many stories of hope, horror, redemption, tragedy, and everything in between. With some poop jokes, of course. The novel is supposed to be set after the zombie apocalypse. Wait, how can there be a world after the world ended? What the hell? And it follows a reporter going around interviewing people about what happened. He meets people who were there when it started, soldiers who fought on the front lines. Yeah, there's like battles and things. People who managed to stay unaffected, people who were badasses, people who got killed. One even involves an autistic person recounting through hand gestures and such. One of my favorites involves one of the generals in the war with a hardcore take-charge attitude. He says, "We weren't prepared to fight an enemy that was truly total war. For instance, if a human being had to take a dump, was that a dump for victory? Zombies don't do that." It shows a true mosaic of short stories chronicling the full spectrum of humanity and stretching to the ends of the earth. And even beyond. One of the stories deals with the astronauts up in the space station. It also builds a unique and interesting world, showing a society influenced by zombies. For instance, they have to move huge populations of people onto aircraft carriers where the zombies can't get at them. But they try and end up going into the ocean, and even after the war, there can still be found hordes of zombies bumming around on the ocean floor. I wonder what that'll do for the ocean ecology. Oh well. You know, something I once heard was that if the zombies take over, you should head for a prison. Think about it. There's food and weapons, it's fortified, designed to keep people out. There's rough and ready people who know how to survive. And if anyone gets too out of control, there's a quick way out for them. No women, though. Damn. The book reminds me of Chaucer's Canterbury Tales, or even the Arabian Nights, which, incidentally, had stories of zombies in it, or any of those old mosaic books, showcasing a huge assortment of tales that allow us to watch humanity in its entirety, rather than focus in on one single aspect of it. Again, I really don't like zombies, I'll be honest. I just think they're kind of stupid. I do like old-school voodoo zombies, which is really where the idea comes from. Have you ever seen I Walked with a Zombie? That's a good movie that gets overlooked a lot. Check it out if you get the chance, but I'm getting off topic. One reason is the whole idea of a zombie apocalypse. It works well in small, isolated settings like the classic Night of the Living Dead. Still the greatest zombie movie ever made, hands down. But to have zombies on such a huge scale, with man reduced to his most savage element, no, sorry, I don't think it would work quite like that. But I like how the novel presents it. Instead of people just panicking for no reason and being selfish dicks, it shows the slow decay of society brought on by criminals exporting diseased organs, the strict isolationist policies of the U.S. and other developed countries, like how we don't deal with things like Ebola. Remember Ebola last year? Good times. It actually creates a realistic and almost plausible scenario, and it's that almost plausibility that makes it awesome. So yeah, this is that one zombie book I really like, full of chills, thrills, laughs, and maybe a few surprises. I would expect nothing less from the son of the master.
Ah, but the servant waits while the master bathes.
Yeah.
And then there was the movie. I know I didn't see the movie, but I could tell it wasn't anything special. They took everything I liked about the book and tossed it out the window. It was a single story following a larger-than-life hero through his trials and tribulations as he saves the world. It's also worth mentioning that the director also helmed that awful James Bond movie, Quantum of Solace. One of the things that struck me about the trailer is that the zombies in it appear to be these superhuman ant-like hordes of zombies tearing across the countryside. What the hell? In the book, they're classic zombies, shambling, falling apart, rotting skin, worms chewing out of their face, the whole bit. It's something that kind of makes zombies cool. It's the image people pay for. It's what they want to be scared by. What is this bull they keep pushing? Oh, I guess it would be stupid if the zombies just shambled along. I mean, this is less stupid. It really just raises the question of why they felt the need to make the movie. It stands to reason they just slapped a title on it for marketing, but could it have been made in the first place? This isn't the kind of book that lends itself well to film. It would have to be some kind of 2.5 to 3 hour long movie just to fit in a few stories. It could have worked, like if you showed various interconnected stories, like something out of Sin City or Trick or Treat, or any other anthology movie. How would it be if they tried using the same cast for each segment? I don't think modern movie audiences could accept such a thing, or at least Hollywood executives don't think they could. And I can't help but feel the film is a metaphor for itself. It's just proteinless meat waiting for the hungry masses to come and feed off of its rotting carcass, while the Hollywood higher-ups are more than willing to keep shoving crap down our throats while we complain about it but mindlessly flock back to the theaters, always hungry for more. And that's the real horror. That zombies aren't voodoo witch doctors, they're not super fast CGI blurred, and they're not decayed shambling corpses. They're us, as we are, and what we may become.
Back to back, Billy to Billy, well I don't give a damn 'cause I done that already. Back to back, Billy to Billy at the zombie jamboree.